Hey guys, Connor Jones here, and I'm here with System Test 1. Now, if you're a subscriber of my channel, you'll know that when I first started out, I used to make GoAnimate videos. And after GoAnimate kind of like switched around and they stopped like putting up certain animation types, I actually kind of switched over to making YTPs, or YouTube Poops, as they're called. And yeah, I liked that at first, but then I figured it's not worth it because it takes too long to make them, and plus I wasn't really good at it, and so I stopped that. And this whole time I was doing it, I actually had a very big interest in fire alarms. And as you can see, if we go out here, if you've seen my video fire alarm or fire system board test, I use this panel. It's a 1989 Edwards 6602 panel, 2 zones. And it worked well. I had it for a while, and as you see, all the stuff's taken off because months ago I got this panel. This is a 1996 Edwards 6632 panel, which is 32 zones, but I only have it. It's only really wired for 16 because this panel actually came out of a building. I don't know what specific type of building, but it was out of a building demolition. And so if I grab my keys here, and yes, I am a Stars fan, which is not a very popular opinion, but whatever. So if we look in the panel here, I wired it all myself, and it is showing 2 troubles. It's showing a zone fault because I do not, unfortunately, I don't have any, I guess, like 3K9 end-of-line resistors. Well, I have 1, and that's for zone 3, but, like, because this panel actually came with 2 already in there. But one of them broke, so I used the other one for zone 3, which I'll be showing in a second. And also a battery fault because there are no batteries, but I hope to fix that eventually, as well as the zone fault. And as you can see, this is actually wired. I actually have this set up for 6 zones right now, or like that's how many devices I have hooked up, although one of the zones actually has 2 devices, everything else is individual. And so, yeah, and this panel is really nice. Again, it came out of a building, and I got it for free because my dad, he works at our local hospital, and he's kind of like the main fire marshal guy, or like he controls like fire drills and all that. And the company Chubb Edwards actually works on the system there. And there's this one guy who works for Chubb Edwards, and he got me this panel because I asked if they had any old panels that they were going to be taking out. And I also will be getting an Edwards Integrity from him eventually. I do not know when, but sometime in the future I will be getting one of those as well, which is also the fire alarms we have at school, which suck because they're on high volume continuous for some reason. So yeah, anyways, so I'm gonna show all the devices that I have in this system, and don't mind all this junk. This is our storage room, so it's pretty messy in here, but it's gonna be cleaned out eventually. Alright, so the devices. First off, here for Zone 1, I have an Edwards 270 GAO, which is basically just a 270 SPO that has, I think it's like a 2-stage thing, or it's either a 2-stage switch or a test switch, which is not hooked up right now, but like if we look inside, the 270 GAO, I don't know what the DOC stands for, but it's basically the same, except it has that test switch, which I don't really like. I mean, it's not really useful because, I mean, I actually took out the key part so that here it's just, I can use it with a screwdriver. It's not hooked up though, but I will probably hook that up sometime in the future. Anyways, okay, so now moving on, we have another, like, this whole system is pretty much 270 SPOs for now, though, don't worry, I do have, like, actually, like, different devices, like, I have a 4251, whoops, see? It's fine, yeah, I have a Wheelock, RSS strobe, and, Firelight DG10, and here's just a bunch of other devices. They got some 4903, they got an Edwards Adaptabel, and a lot more 270 GAOs, and this is a very rare device that also came from the hospital, and it is a, see if it'll focus, it's a Leviton, I forgot what the model number is, but when I put it on the system I'll find out. But yeah, anyways, so So this pulse station, this is actually a 270 SPO. So this is a regular one, and the reason this one is really special because it was actually my first pulse station, and I got it 3 years ago. And I mean, the screw here is a bit stripped, but it still works. I probably will replace it eventually with something a little better. And yeah, so, and this is zone 2. And now if we follow these wires over here, we have, and this is also part of zone 2. This is an Edwards, let's see, what's the model number? A C2 MPD 2-wire smoke detector. And now this smoke detector has a magnet test feature, which I will be showing. And now, I don't know if, I probably won't be pulling all 6 zones. I'll probably stick to the 3 for now, and then in my next system, like System Test 2, I'll pull zones 4, 5, and 6, but I'm not sure. Maybe I'll do all, I'm still thinking about it right now. But yeah, that's for zone 2. Zone 3 here, now this is also a really nice pulse station. This is the one that has the end-of-line resistor, and it's a pigtail connectors, and this is I guess this, you could say then this is a 270A SPO, bilingual version, because it's both in English and also in French. And I got this pulse station from Ottawa, because in Ottawa there are places in Ottawa where a lot of things are in French, and so I'm assuming this probably came out of that area. Next, okay, so here we have another Edwards smoke detector. Now I have one here because I forget the model number. It's a 6251C-001A. I think this is a 4-wire smoke detector. So, but there's a little hole here, right there, that I have this piece of wire that I can stick in. And when you push hard enough, the LED will light up, and it will kind of sound the alarms. So that's zone 4. Zone 5 here. Here's another 270 GAO, but this one I actually took the switch off of, and I just covered up the hole here with some red electrical tape, and it actually looks really nice. I like it that way, and it also and this is zone 5. And finally here for zone 6, again, another 270 GAO with the switch removed and some electrical tape, but this one is behind an STI stopper, which I took the battery out so that it doesn't sound an alarm whenever you open it. And yeah, so those are the initiating devices, and now we're going to move on to the notification appliances. So first off, up here we have an Edwards. Hold on, I need to get a stool here because I can't really see because the light's a bit dark. Let me grab a stool here, and I'm not very tall either. So it is an Edwards 439D 6AWC 6-inch fire alarm bell, 24 volts DC. And also, there is this Edwards smoke alarm indicator, though I just have it hooked up in the NAC circuit to be so that it'll flash whenever the alarm starts sounding. And finally, right here, which is one of my favorite alarms, is this. It's a 2903-9001 light plate with a simplex 2901-9806 horn on it. That it works well. I had to tighten the bolt on the back to get it to work correctly, but it seems to be working. And of course the wiring is a bit of a mess because this is not like a finished area of the basement, so I had to, all the wiring has to kind of be exposed. Then the wire goes all the way back to the panel. So I guess we might as well set it off. And actually, before this, there are 2 things that kind of annoy me with this panel. The first is that this panel, when the alarm is activated, it automatically goes off. Like, there's no, like, delay or anything before it starts sounding, which is something that can get annoying. Like, I kind of prefer a delay before it goes off, but, you know, I can't really do anything about it. and there is no like alarm like verification buttons. There is a version that has it, but this one does not have it, unfortunately. And the second thing is actually the coding. Now this panel has three different coding options, and that's continuous, code 3, and march time. The panel right now is set on march time, and there are problems. Like continuous is fine. March time is a little bit faster than usual. Like it's 120 beats per minute march time, but I feel like it's like 122 beats per minute because it just feels a little bit faster than like other panels, like say a Simplex like 4004 or something, or and also code 3 it's slower. So there's like the beep, I think like 0.5 seconds, beep 0.5 seconds, and then instead of a 1.5 second kind of interval delay, it's actually 2 seconds, so it's a little bit slower. But I mean, I'm okay with it, or I mean, I don't really mind. It's just, it can get a little bit annoying depending on like what the devices sound like, but it's just, I guess I'll have to deal with it. So yeah, so let's go ahead and pull zone 1. And now this panel again is set on march time, and we're gonna let it sound a bit so I can show you all the devices sounding. Okay, so here we go. 3, 2, 1. See, it sounds a bit loud. It's a little bit faster, to me at least. It's kind of broken a bit, so it kind of randomly flashes. Still works though. Now you can see we got zone 1. And you push to silence. That's the treble. And then you can push it again to silence that, which I always do. So let's go ahead and reset this. Okay, and reset. Okay, so yeah, so this system is very basic, I guess, in a way, but it's also great because I think it only took me like 2 weeks to like set this all up, and yeah, I didn't need any help. I did it all myself. Mounted the panel, mounted all the pull stations, all the devices, everything I did myself. So I'm actually really proud of that. Alright, so I guess we'll pull zone 2, and then we'll try one of the smoke detectors, and then we'll do the stopper pull station, and then I'll show you another feature that this panel has. Alright, so let's pull this one, the regular 270 SPO. Zone 2. Alright, now I'm going to change the coding. Now this is a little bit complicated to do with one hand, but I'm still going to try to do it. So you have to take out this screw to open up, and then this will also show you how the wiring, and this is kind of, it's a little bit like a 2001 Simplex panel, as in like it uses cards or modules that plug in. And as you can see, these are the zone trebles. This one, zone 3, obviously doesn't have a treble because it's got the resistor. These are NAC trebles, which I'm still trying to figure out, and because I don't really know. And here, these are dip switches, and now these switches do different things, but there's switches 3 and 4. 3 is for code 3, and then 4 is for march time, and then without any of these switches on, it does continuous. So I'm going to put the system on code 3 to show you how it's also a little bit slower than usual. So bear with me here. I'm going to take a bit to get this plugged back in. And tighten that up. Alright, there we go. So now I'm going to do the C2MPD Edwards 2-wire smoke detector. And now this uses a magnet to So how it's gonna work is that you put the magnet on where it says test, and then it'll start flashing, and then it'll eventually just go red. See? It's a little slower. Alright, now it'll just reset, the light will go out on its own. And, no, why not? Let's do continuous, so just give me a second again. And after this, I guess, that's the video, but it's just a basic, system test one showing, like, how all this works. But don't worry, there will be, I think I'll probably upload a system test, like, once a month or something, depending on how busy I am, because, you know, school, when, like, you get older and older into high school and whatnot, it gets pretty busy, so, but I'll try to upload as much as I can. And I'll do unboxing videos and stuff like that if I get new devices. For now, it's nothing really. So, yeah, let's pull the stopper pull station, and now the system is on continuous, and you'll get that it will go off right away. So, that's loud. These 9806s are notorious for being loud. Not as loud as, say, a 4051 Simplex, but still pretty loud, so I'm just going to set this. Alright, so that's it. So I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for System Test 2 sometime next month. Bye.